Hi, I'm Cuyler Meade of the Aberdeen American News, and I'm here to explain to you what a touchback is, was, and will be. So, in football, a touchback is what happens when you either kick the ball off or punt the ball and it lands in a certain area, previously out the back of the end zone or fair caught or kneeled out in the end zone, and then it is brought back to a certain yardage point. In the past, that was the 20-yard line. More recently, in the last several years, that's been the 25-yard line. Now, that's what it was. In the old days, back before the rule change of, well, this offseason, in the old days, if you kick a ball out the back of the end zone, or if it's caught, either fair caught or downed in the end zone, or if a player is tackled in the end zone without having left the end zone, that's all a touchback. That counts in a punt, that counts in an interception, a fumble return, or a kickoff. Now, in an effort to enhance player safety, the NCAA has enacted a rule which will effectively create a touchback zone on kickoffs only from the back of the end zone all the way to the 25-yard line if a ball is fair caught. So this is how this is going to work. If a ball is fair caught anywhere in the field of play before the 25-yard line, that ball will be returned to the 25-yard line for a first down. That's where the receiving team will start with the ball. What's different about that is in the past, if you fair caught a ball outside of the end zone, you started with the ball wherever you fair caught it. So say you fair caught the ball at the 15-yard line, first down was at the 15-yard line. Now, if you fair catch a ball at the 15-yard line, first down will be at the 25-yard line. It's a significant change. And having talked to the kicker and punter for Northern State, the Wolves, Jacob Wiedrich, he said it's probably going to change some strategy as well. See, in the old days, back before the rule change, what you did was you tried to kick it out the back of the end zone or into the end zone deep enough so that it wouldn't be returned if you wanted a touchback. Now, if you were confident you had an edge on the return team, or on the receiving team, I should say, you would try to kick it just shallow into the end zone or maybe a yard or two outside of the end zone to force a return. Then you could tackle them short of the 25 or, in the old days, the 20-yard line. But now, that doesn't mean anything. You kick a ball anywhere that lands behind the 25-yard line, that ball can be fair caught and started at the 25-yard line. Now, if that's what a team wants to do, that's fine. But if a team wants to try to get an advantage on the receiving team, then what they're going to do is kick a squib kick, a line drive, or a pooch kick. Those three types of kicks, rather than the big, booming, high-arcing kick out the back of the end zone, lead to different outcomes. So the squib kick, which is a bouncing, low kick that comes along the ground, the squib kick is usually returned by somebody up from the returner. Or if it's returned by the returner, if it's deep enough, by the intended kick returner, if it's deep enough, then he's picking the ball up off a bounce. That's a little more difficult. A line drive, also a little more difficult, often returned by an up back, sometimes returned by the returner, but caught on a bounce or, obviously, low at about head height, or in this case, chest height. And then there's the pooch kick. The pooch kick is a high-arcing but short kick that lands somewhere in the middle of the return team's formation. So what does this do? According to Wiedrich, he thinks, he's concerned at least, that this might result in actually more injuries for the returner. Why? Because the returner will be focused on the ball in a way that they normally don't have to be on a high-arcing kick, on a deep kick. The deep kick into the end zone, you catch it in the end zone, fair catch, kneel down, whatever you want to do, that's that. Now, if it's a line drive or a squib kick, the returner might be running up to catch it near the 25-yard line and will have to decide, do I want a fair catch or do I want to return it? That's going to take his focus off the defense, off the kicking team, I should say, and put his focus on something else. That could lead to more injuries. Additionally, Wiedrich said, and this is something that he mentioned that guys like Alabama coach Nick Saban had said, additionally, this is going to not really do anything for the blockers on the return team. the blockers are going to be running full speed, as will be the kicking team, and they're going to crash into each other just the same as they would in any other scenario. So, will this result in more injuries? My opinion, probably not. Will this result in fewer injuries? Probably, because, as Weidrich acknowledged, there will be fewer returns. But will this result in a very different look to the kickoff? Absolutely. And will there be, from time to time, an injury that is caused by this version of the kickoff that wouldn't have happened with the old version of the kickoff? I'd say that's probably likely. You know, is this the best way to go? I don't know. I'm not in the rules committee. I don't know what else they considered. I do know that the NFL is trying something different, and that's something that you can find out more about online. But as far as this option, it's going to make football look a little different. I'm Cuyler Meade, reporting for Aberdeen American News. Thanks, guys.
Boy, I hope that